Well, it's a pleasure to talk to the both of you about this. And I want to start with Jessica, complimenting you on the role, because I think they should now base a character on your performance. Because
Thank you.
I agree.
yes, right? We should start that petition.
Yeah.
But how amazing was it for you to construct it in a universe that's so known? How amazing was it for you to construct a character based on so many different ones from the universe?
Actually, I think there was a lot of freedom in that because I didn't have a blueprint. So it was a positive thing and a negative thing in that I didn't have a I didn't have a blueprint to pull from. So I got to create the character based on what Simon Kinberg said that would be helpful to service the story. But then it also becomes difficult because you don't have a blueprint to base the character. But it was fine. It was good.
Very. And talking about Jean and what she goes through, I think it was really really amazing to explore her emotionally. How much was that a challenge for you? I mean, it's what she's going through is so interior, and it's all about her eye expression.
Yeah, that was definitely a challenge. It took a lot of preparation, and every single day was really tough. But in a good way. It was it just kind of stretched me every day, and that's something that I love to do. And to have kind of this kind of well of emotions that's happening within her, it was just really exciting to explore. So yeah, I did a lot of preparation for it, and yeah, I hope it came through.
Indeed. How was the physicality important to this character? Because you kind of portrayed her in a very robotic way. I mean, there's not a hair that comes out, or she's
not a
she's
hair
very
out of place.
She's very robots meet Stepford Wives, I think.
Oh, I like that.
Interesting, yeah. Well, she's a character who thinks that emotions make you weak, and she's very clinical and very intelligent, so there isn't excess energy being used for things she doesn't need unless it's to manipulate someone. So she could put on emotions if she thinks that the person across from her needs to see it, but for the most part, for her, she'd rather just get on with it. And I looked at Terminator 2.
Yes, actually, I was going to say Terminator as well.
Yeah, exactly, and there was something about that kind of like stoic driving force that I thought was interesting.
Indeed. Emily Sande told me something quite interesting, is that the female empowerment themes are not cliche in it, they're emotionally right. Do you agree with that? And how much was it great to explore those themes in a, different way?
I completely agree with her. I mean, they weren't cliche because the women in this film are written as real women with flaws, well-rounded. Maybe not your character, because you're not a real woman. She's just
I'm an alien.
She's an alien. An illegal alien. So yeah, I absolutely think that because these women are written so honestly that it doesn't seem cliche or forced that a woman is at the forefront, because she's not just like a superhero. It's not like that, and that's why I just love this storyline so much.
I agree. Anything to add?
Love the fashion.
Oh. To tell us about your relations to the X-Men in general. I mean, there's obviously so much material to draw from. I mean, in the sense of Jean, where did you go to the most? I mean, this is a side of Jean we haven't seen in films for sure.
Yeah. So for this movie, specifically, it felt like it needed to really be. It's a very emotional movie, very character-driven and grounded, and so we went down the mental illness kind of route and studied schizophrenia, dissociative identity disorder, and addiction, and that's kind of where we based what's going on in her psyche on, and it was really, really interesting to kind of study that, and it really helped me kind of feel that lack of control and frustration and disorientation. It was very helpful.
Is it the kind of film that you want to see a final product of, because the visual effects are also a bit part of the narrative?
Yeah, I didn't really understand a lot about what the film I was in until I saw it for the first time. We'd be shooting sequences with green screen around us, and we'd be in strange workout outfits with white dots everywhere. and they would special effects our hair or whatever into it. And so your imagination can tell you so much, but you really don't know what it's going to evolve into. And the first time I saw the movie, I understood, this is why everyone talks about the spectacle with these films, because special effects is, in fact, a character that is really present in the film.
And finally, I think that although this is the 12th installment of X-Men, it has its own identity. Do you agree with it? And what are you hoping that audiences will take out of it as kind of a special X-Men?
It definitely has its own identity. It's as I said, it's very kind of character-driven and grounded and emotional. And the thing that I think the thing with every X-Men that people take away from it is about how the things that make you different are the things that make you special and powerful. But in this movie, there's a lot of things that you can take from it. There's a lot of themes, again, the mental illness, the not falling victim to being kind of under the control of a man and making your own rules and breaking the rules and embracing the power that you have.